Hey guys, hey. Happy full moon in Virgo, you guys. Whoa. Look, I don't even have Virgo in my chart. Matter of fact, I only have like one legitimate Earth, really only one Earth placement in my chart, you guys. And the Virgo energy was Virgoing, and the way that I was fussing with this camera, you guys, and the light, it's like a cloudy day here in the southeast, and the light, and it's going in and out, and I was just fussing with everything, and it was just like, okay, Ten of Cups. See, you know what? Calm down. Everything is good. Your cups are filled. Pisces season said, Ten of Cups, calm down. No, you know what? A lot of gratitude. I'm shuffling the pre-Raphaelite tarot. And for those of you who are not aware, listen, she does not come to play. And when you pick her up, she is ready to go. And listen, on a full moon in Pisces season with lots of dreamy Pisces energy, Virgo full moon, the Virgo energy is Virgoing. And let's just leave it to a Virgo, right? Even in full moon, we're not even in Virgo season, and Virgo's like, listen, listen, I'm going to come in the room and there's some things we need to get together. It's just how the Virgo energy is, Let me get a sip, you guys. Excuse me, but yes. You know what? Today is Friday the 23rd. So our full moon. Now this is Eastern Standard Time for me. Yes, of course it may be different for you. I want to light some incense, you guys. Some cinnamon sandalwood. Sandalwood. Sorry. Yes, I'm still obsessing over this. And I might order some more because you know what? A little cinnamon, creativity and abundance and calling in the fire element here. That's all right. Here you have some. We'll all have some together. Ten of Cups. So you know what? I'm glad. I hope you guys are feeling Ten of Cups energy. It can be a little challenging right now. We have beautiful energy in the collective, though. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Sitting here trying to put this daggum incense in here. And if that ain't some Virgo energy, talking about, your incense holder is really kind of worn down. You see how worn down this hole is? Because that's why the stick doesn't want to go in there. And it's like, I need to replace that incense holder at some point, is the thought process I was having. And if you have Virgo in your chart or you understand that Virgo energy, y'all, Virgo will be like, yeah, that's not working anymore. We need to fix that or we need to replace it. That can be the energy. Want to come in and check in with everybody and ask how you doing, how you feeling. We will really in the morning time, depending upon where you are, 7 to like 10 a.m. ish time frame, we'll be peaking full moon in Virgo. I personally, as someone who has a lot of Aquarian energy, when we shift from Aquarius season to Pisces season, see, it's like, Spirit is showing me, imagine that you're trying to like, what is it, autofocus on a camera, or like, it's more like one of those things. I don't know if you are, but I am a nature lover. Hopefully we're manifesting and co-creating in this space. I hope you love nature, because I sure am telling you to go the hell out and be in nature all the time. You know how when you go to a state park and you look out of that thing, y'all, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. The thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, no, be more specific. Okay, thanks, Virgo. No, I'm just playing. We need Virgo energy, okay? It will get us together in a hot minute. Especially Aquarius, Pisces people, if you're in the house, we need a good Virgo to say, girl, I'm going to need you to make your bet today. Okay. What is the thing called? You turn the dial and you are looking out over a high point, right? And you zoom in. You know what I'm talking about? And you put your little quarter in. Yes, if there's youngins out there, we used to put quarters in shit, okay? Coins, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember what a quarter looks like? Oh my goodness. Listen, it feels like it's like when you're in Aquarius season, and we still have some planets tail ending in Aquarius, but more of them are moving over into Pisces now, which is beautiful. We need the time to ebb and to flow and to dream and to perhaps float. Hopefully not too much. And we're just fresh into Pisces, right? But it's like with all the Aquarius energy, when we shift into Pisces season, it's like you had the scope very fine tuned, because Aquarius is like the driver of the ship. And now I'm thinking we're going on a trip on our favorite rocket ship. Okay. And they have clear perspective. They can zoom in and out and quicksilver speed, Aquarian energy in the frequentials of the air signs, they can tune their vision and hone in, and it can be very specific. They can lead the ship. They can see very clearly, right? You imagine light coming through, preferably, look at this light up here, a very clean window. It's very Aquarian, right? And so then it's like you get booted out the ship. Hey, thanks for the ride. Love that we gave you all those visions. Love that for you. Healing, alignment, faith. Great. You look so good and realigned. And then they boot you back out of the ship into Pisces season. And you're like, I can't. What is it? I wasn't ready. And you're trying to like swim. And I feel very much like I kind of sometimes get dropped into Pisces season. And then it's like, learn to swim. But it's good, it's very, the wisdom of understanding that the universe has your back all the time. Y'all, if you know me, I will get Abraham Hicks on you really quick. Well, how's it? Because listen, hear me out. This is super appropriate. We are in a full moon in Virgo, which of course means the sun is in Pisces, and with the full moon, wait, what else do we have in Pisces, you guys? Okay. Mars is still in Aquarius on into March. Woo! And I love that for us because Mars and Aquarius will it will kind of give your fiery will to do a sort of detached perspective, and that's good. And we need that for our Mars. Oh, you know what? I was tripping. Y'all, I thought Venus had already went into Aquarius. Nah, we still got time. See, we still have Venus and Mars in Aquarius. So I'm saying that to say that we do have that tail ending Aquarian energy that's kind of like intellectual, it's unconventional. But anyway, Mercury is now also in Pisces, and that shift just occurred today because it is Friday. I love to observe that the full moon kind of builds in its intensity. It's like a 24-hour period from today. Tomorrow will kind of hit the peak, technically if you're like marking it across the sky, right? And then the energy kind of wanes for another 24 hours. So you kind of have like an arc, a build, and then a waning of it, right? So we're definitely well into full moon energies, I would say already. But yeah, Mercury is also meeting up in Pisces today. So I think that kind of gives it more of that I'm swimming type of feeling. You know what I mean? Mercury is our mental body. You would think of maybe your crown chakra, your mental body as it extends, through your physical and emotional bodies, psychic, auric bodies, etc. So when Mercury makes that shift, into Pisces, what does it make me think of, y'all? Something, a world of pure imagination. Y'all, how does that? I don't know the words, child. Don't get. Yeah, unpopular opinion. Not a big fan of that movie. But that's what Mercury in Pisces and Sun in Pisces is like. Come with me and you'll see, right? It's like you took off your Aquarius glasses, hear me out, and somebody gave you like kaleidoscope glasses and you're like, ugh. But you can work with this energy very well in inspirational, visual imagination. I'm creating solely based on my imagination. I'm trusting my intuition, the universe. I'm flowing with. That's where I would say Abraham's Hicks could kick in very appropriately. Not coincidentally at all. I was just talking to someone about how much I love Abraham Hicks this morning. And if you're in the gang of thinking, that's toxically positive, because that's an opinion of Abraham Hicks, this probably ain't going to be the space for you. Love and light. I hope that you do find the space that works for you. Is it probably going to be, it ain't going to be here. Right? So now I'm thinking of 10 of Cups coming out with Virgo season. With Sun in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces. Child, I said Virgo season. I meant, hello, let's get our heads out of the cups. Virgo full moon is very much like, shout out to my air sign gang, my water sign gang. We're either on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, or we're just floating in the ocean and we're just vibing. Everything is always working out for me. It is. It is. I know that it will. And the experience of me watching the unfoldment of everything that is always working out for me is the beauty of it all, says the Pisces or the Aquarian, right? And then Virgo, or you can even say maybe like Capricorn energy, like your grandmother, or, that matron figure is like, yeah, but how? Okay, yes, I understand that you want to be a tarot reader for your job, you know, but how? Okay, but don't you think you should go to college? Because, I mean, don't you need a backup? Okay, I'm just spitting a scenario that Spirit is showing me, but it's very Virgo. And, I will say, though, and we learn this in wisdom as we come to better know ourselves, don't we? Um, that as we grow in wisdom, we learn to understand that what we need about the things and the energies, or we'll say the people or the archetypes of, zodiac, the different energies that contrast to our own. We understand in wisdom as we grow that, we need that, right? Okay. So in a 10 of Cups energy, I was just kind of thinking of like, sometimes the shadow side of 10 of Cups energy is like, I'm kind of struggling to get a little bit deeper in my connections. Could be, 10 of Cups is very like super expansive, like, oh my goodness, I'm just so whole. I'm feeling the divine right now. But the shadow side of that could very much be, how do you feel out of harmony? Are you struggling too hard to connect with the divine and, see the beauty of like how everything's unfolding, and kind of the beauty of the harmony and all the life around you, and how it's always, once again, it's just too funny because I was having this conversation with someone this morning and I had not yet thought about that connection. Because Virgo energy will absolutely kind of say, hey, listen, Bessie, like, I love that for you. I love the dream. Absolutely, yes. Love how the universe is doing that for, okay, but, like, your Virgo best friend would be like, maybe the universe is trying to work everything out for you by telling you to make a plan because, we were going to do this creative business together and you are so full of inspiration. I get that. But I mean, like, listen, where's the plan, is it gonna work out? Is it sustainable? Or maybe, yes, I love your dream. Okay. But let's put some things down on paper. I love how, let's say, Virgo energy in my own life, right? Full moon in Virgo. You may feel like early bites of the spring clean bug. You know what I'm saying? Or the organizational, wow, you know what? I'm so excited for the coming spring equinox. This is when the earth and the spirit of Gaia, in the wheel of the year, we are getting ready to rebirth. Pisces on the zodiac wheel, we are ending the zodiac wheel. We're going towards, and in fact, already in the early budding stages of, right, honoring Imbolg, and getting closer and closer to Ostara, if you observe any of those, or Easter, whatever you observe, right? we see that the quickening is occurring, and in the springtime, getting closer to the equinox is where you already heard me say it before, you heard me say it again, it's like lace up your sneakers, rubber hits the road time. The energy will pick up. And your Virgo full moon, your Virgo friend, the Virgo energy that comes as kind of like a helpmate during Pisces season is just the subtle reminder. Yes, we do need to ebb and flow. Yes, we do, but let's go ahead and ask ourselves, what needs to be cleaned up? What needs to be reorganized? What is not working? Is very much like, hey, why does it remind me of, and probably because the Virgo is just like a very physical, your body type of sign. It makes me think of, let's imagine we have 10 cups and the Spirit's like, and your ancestors and gods are like, oh man, we are filling you up in Pisces season. Through your chakras, through your emotional bodies, through your creative inspiration, through all these things, right? You're just getting filled up. You have no idea how well this is all going to serve you when you get ready to move forward with it in the spring equinox. And the energy can be like, well, Virgo, full moon in Virgo is highlighting, again, right? We're thinking a moon shining brightly in the darkness. Full moon in Virgo is saying, all right, it's like a doctor. You open your mouth and the doctor's shining the flashlight in your mouth and checking your eye. You know what I'm saying? It's almost this energy of saying, boom, we opened up into this beautiful year of the dragon, into this beautiful year of the lions. This is our 8th year. This is our strength card year, but also the magician in the chariot. It's also 7 + 1, 17. It's also the star card in the tarot. We got all this beauty, all this unfoldment of potential, right? But it's like going, we open, obviously, this lunar cycle with that big lunar new year, lunar imbolg, once again, a chance of celebrating the newness of the unfoldment of the year in a different way. And so it's like going in for a checkup is how Spirit is showing it to me. It's very much like, Virgo is very, where is the order? It's very, also, again, very, very physical. And when we think of physical, I think of like, if a doctor were asking you questions, it's like, I'm hearing routine. It's like a routine checkup, but I'm seeing it as like a doctor. This could be in a spiritual way. This could be, of course, could be a side message if you have some health goals or any concerns. That could be, take it as you will. That could be confirmation you need a physical checkup. But, you just go in a lot of times, and it's really funny because I saw a reel kind of joking about this the other day. But you go in a lot of times and they're going to ask you a lot of questions. What are they going to ask you about? Your day-to-day routine. All right. I heard someone say in the background, I ain't going to no doctor. Child. We're not getting into that today. Let's say you have a doula, or let's say you have a spiritual friend. Hello, I have people that I check in with on a monthly basis. We read together. We exchange moments where we talk about, how's your life going? How's this going? How's that? It's a routine check-in. And with the 10 of Cups, the way that Spirit was kind of showing me, y'all forgive me because this Piscean energy is like, I feel like my mouth is full of water, which is so odd. Like I can't articulate anyway. I was just thinking it's like a message of the mouth and the body and a routine checkup. But you guys, take it as you will. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Ooh, this Pisces energy. Woo. Yes, you know what? The 10 of Cups, and it's like, Spirit, your ancestors and guides are like, we're filling your cups. We're filling your cups. Oh my gosh, we're so excited. But you need a checkup to make sure like the chakra system is good. Are there any leaky holes? Why is your aura pouring out over here? Or what's going on? We got a shadow spot over here. Have we paid attention to that? It's like I love Pisces season because it's a time to there's an ebb and a flow to it, but it's very spiritual beyond the veil, and it's almost like astrally as well, like your guides, your ancestors, your team, and the high spirit and light, your you know what I'm saying, whatever archetype you relate to, your angels, your right, we could go on, insert whatever it is appropriate. They it's like astral, not surgery, but more like a checkup. Let's make sure everything's going really good before we fill this beautiful vehicle, this beautiful vessel, this beautiful Merkaba, this beautiful soul full of light, full of liquid, full of muse, creative inspiration, whatever. It's kind of like filling up a car with gas. Well, let's make sure everything's running well, because we would just hate to go ahead and start gassing it up and then hitting this path and realizing that you're pouring gas out back here, or you got somebody siphoning off you, or you know what I'm saying? So it feels, Virgo full moon feels very much like, let's examine the routines. Excuse me. But I'll say this too. Virgo full moon in Pisces season is very, because Pisces is so, I'm directly connected with the oneness of all source in life. I'm never separate. I know that if I flow in trust and peace and ease, everything is always working out for me. It's very spiritual. It's very connected. It's very divine. It's very like vast and infinite. You know what I mean? Pisces is like floating in the ocean. Whereas Virgo is very like physical. It is very, what's the routine? Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, friends. I had to pause you super quickly and deal with the dogs. But so with Virgo full moon in Pisces season, it's kind of asking you, hey, you know, and of course noting that Saturn is in Pisces, getting ready to help you anchor in these timelines that we've been shifting, making sure, is this sustainable? Are you ready to hold? Are you ready to jump into the new dream time space and make it manifest? Nine of Wands. It's like ancestral support in the ethers. Nine of Wands is always like the card of resilience. But in this deck, I specifically love that it's like the ancestor, instead of her propping herself on the wands, she's very much like held by the tree. And to me, that was always the ancestors. You're not also the energy and the spirits, the Davic spirits, the nature spirits, the fae, however you view that. There are so many things helping you be resilient, helping you hold yourself up, helping you, supporting you. Also, I would always imagine she's kind of, maybe they let her fall asleep and take a nap. Like maybe he's playing her a song so she can rest. Because all of the nines, of course, are pause and reflect type cards on everything that you've done. And of course, here now we have a 9 and a 10. So it kind of impresses upon me too, like resting while you receive. And that totally makes sense to me for a full moon in Virgo. You know, it's kind of like, it makes me think of the practice of being mindful in your day-to-day routine, but also seeing how spiritual that can be. Spirit is saying, you know, for example, me personally, you know, being physically active has become a really important part. I had a long journey. I'll have to tell you about it another day. If you know me, you may know some about it, but many years of time, over time, I've lost a lot of weight, and it makes me think of how people are always saying, oh my gosh, what'd you do? And like, I'll tell them, you know, I did have my certain approaches, and I've honed and learned different things over time. Now I'm on a cool journey, getting more into like weightlifting. No, I'm not like bulky and beefy, but weightlifting, it just does something for your mental health. Let me tell you right now. But the point is that a lot of times I find myself always saying when people ask me, I mean, there was a point in my life like a year or two ago that I was seeing people that I hadn't seen after periods of time, like who wouldn't recognize me, right? You know what I'm saying? So it would always be like, what'd you do? Or how do you keep up the routine? I'm like, a lot of it, what I do is for my own mental health. It's also when you are trying to uphold a good spiritual hygiene, a good energetic hygiene, when you're trying to, evolve. You're holding space for a lot of things, right? And I'm holding my arms up in the background like you can see me. But the physicality of the day-to-day routines, what are you engaging in? Is there mindfulness? How do you move your body, right? What are you, of course, Virgo is very physical. What are you putting into the body? What are you eating? What are you ingesting, not only food wise, do you, or how are you working with plants? What do you watch? Do you know what I'm saying? What are you watching? I don't know about y'all, but my spirit guides and ancestors will get me together real quick. I'm really not, excuse me, I'm really not, you guys, like a big TV person. I have some favorite things, like OG things, but man, I can't lie. On the whole, I really don't watch a lot of TV. I don't really have time, first and foremost, but I'm also a book nerd, and I'll always be trying to read or learn something new or whatever. I'll spiral out in a book. But it's not just, point being, our body is the vessel for, our spirit, and this is housing our chakras, our energy. There's so much more going on, right? Our divine source of self is projected into and then out through, excuse me, these vessels, which are our body. So what's your physical day-to-day routine? What do you read? What do you eat? What are you engaging in? How is your health? Routine checkups. You know what I'm saying? This is the Virgo full moon in Pisces, but because it's a Virgo full moon in Pisces, it also asks you to look at your spiritual, like if you checked in with your ancestor, spirit team, and guides. That's why Pisces season is a great season to meditate. It's a great season to, if you don't normally, let's say, I'm not really big on dream work, maybe set some intentions in Pisces season to work on it a little bit. And if not, anything else like walking in nature, walking meditations in nature, putting your earbuds in and maybe intentionally playing some binaural beats or, maybe some sound bathing. We're in the age of Aquarius. Don't get me started. Energetic healing, sound bathing is going to be one of the big, sound healing in general. I can nerd out so quickly on it, but yeah, you'd be surprised at how good you can feel putting specific sounds, mantras, chanting, singing, light language, binaural beats, cleansing bowls. And then if you fine tune that into, certain specific hertz, theta, different waves, isochronic, is it isochronic, isotonic? Is it isochronic? And then different gamma wave. Anyway, you can get real specific with it, okay, and start mess around, reprogramming your whole brain, growing your little auric antennas out over here, okay? But Virgo full moon in Pisces season will definitely be like, let's do a checkup with your ancestor, spirit team, your guides, and team and spirit, and the highest and best good. Let's do a little checkup. Let's make sure the auric bodies are good. Let's make sure the psychic bodies are good. Do you need some astral surgery? Come out here in meditation. Come out here, maybe do some automatic writing. Get yourself out in nature. Let's do a checkup because we would love to help you and support you in any way that we can in Pisces season because we have so much to pour into you, Spirit is saying. Sorry, the light is kind of a weird washed out angle. But yes, definitely Nine of Wands to the Ten of Cups. Thank you so much for saying resilient. We love it that you would rest and maybe slow down a little bit in Pisces season so that we can pour into you what we want to pour into you, so that we can make sure the vessel is good, so that we can make sure you're hydrated. Listen, y'all, why I think about everybody's big ass cups out here, these Ten of Cups, but as Stanley cups. Oh man. Anyway, it's excuse me. What else? Virgo full moon. I have full moon readings to work on, and I've got a lot of shipments that are going to go out from a recent event. I love you so much for those who supported me. I love everything. Everything that I was able to do at this last event and this Y'all, I don't know. We're going to see. There may be a shop. I haven't decided yet. The flow right now is so ergonomic. And I so do enjoy community. I enjoy one on one engagement. I enjoy knowing and connecting with not every single person that supports what I create. I'm talking about like candles and oils, spiritual, energetic hygiene tools, ritual things that I create right in these events with beautiful people that I network with. I just love the community, and I love that it's just a certain vibration of how I like to do it. But so many people ask, like, do you have a shop? And I've told you before, I haven't had a shop in years. Because honestly, and I am so full of gratitude and I feel so very blessed, I just really haven't needed one. So I don't know. We'll see. You can definitely always email me as far as like making a custom candle. That's one of my favorite things to do. I do a lot of custom work. Although I've had kind of back-to-back mini events, I haven't done as much of that, but I do it all the time. This year we did Word of the Year candles. We did Year of the Dragon candles, which we were already working with dragon energy last year. That's so wild, isn't it? How spirit prepares us for things. But I don't know. We shall see about a shop. But I was just thinking about how I had created from a spring that I cherish so much here up in the Appalachian. We're more towards the bottom of the foothills of the Appalachians, but it does not take but a very decent little 45-minute drive. And I'm at some of the high points, and I have some cherished natural, beautiful springs in our area. We are known in the southeast here between like North Carolina and South Carolina, some of the Appalachian areas. I mean, the spring water is just phenomenal at the high points of the watershed, right? Please do your due diligence as well. Anyone who is, looking for natural spring water needs to be educated in how to do so. I have a background in environmental science. So anyway, just issuing that disclaimer. Don't go out and tell nobody y'all done told y'all to go up to some spring and get y'all water and drink it. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Needs to be, we need to all take responsibility for our knowledge and education of self. But listen, I was charging and intuitively, and, very just pouring into the energy of the spring clean white water. It's like wash for your home, or like you could use it in a ritual bath, or literally in the bottles, they have sprayers. So if you want to spray, but it made me think of that when I saw the Ten of Cups too. But yeah, on the whole, it's kind of energetic check-ins is how it feels to me. And I also think that it is good that while we are having this full moon in Virgo, I hear it almost as like Mercury going into Pisces is like, shh, cooling it off in the water a little bit. I see sometimes like the mental body above that being the crown chakra is kind of like your tiny, mini personal sun sitting in the middle of this lotus, and you're just receiving so much in the way of actual, photonic stimulation there, because the sun is just as much evolving and changing in its consciousness of its own light. And it's pouring down, right? And this is very mercurial, receiving messages, lighting up, taking care of those neuron pathways firing, evolving, changing. All this is happening, right? And this it's like your tiny sun just needs a dunk for a minute. Shh, right? It's like a cool off. Mercury in Pisces is like, hey, it makes me think of how I read this quote just the other day. Dang, everything really just do be so connected. It's just so connected. Listen, I read this quote the other day, and it was just talking about how you can lean too heavily into I can't remember the right and left brain, but into the masculine dominant side of the brain. And it's like, do, think, logic. How do we fix? I need to know more. And they're both necessary, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine, and we need balance. And we're always working on that. It's okay. It's a dance after all. But it's like Mercury needs a break in the waters, and it gives us a chance to reconnect with that divine feminine energy in Pisces. Again, a world of pure imagination. You know what I'm talking about? It's like reattune, cool down, letting spirit kind of through divine feminine, reconnect with you in a more visual, in a more intuitive, in a more creative, in a more emotional type of way. And it's not always going to be a label on that. It's not always going to be like easy to articulate some of these type of revelations, or maybe you would say upgrades or transmutations you might have, like in Pisces season, right? It feels like what do I want to say with the Virgo full moon? It's like he's like detoxing. Again, physical checkup, what's the routine, day-to-day mindfulness, spiritual, emotional, body hygiene. Let's check all these things because you're getting a full tank of cups. You know what I mean? So we need to make sure that we're taking good care, that we can receive and we can really make the best use as possible of kind of like, again, I'm seeing a big Stanley Cup, like, it ain't gotta be Stanley. And if you don't come over here lecturing me about no Stanley Cup, go on now, get. Don't come over here talking about Stanley Cup. Get out of here. Come on. There's bigger fish to fry, okay? Am I the biggest fan of that shit? No, but we ain't doing that. Yeah, the full moon, I think it is very helpful, that we do have Mercury definitely already in Pisces. And for some, it can be almost overwhelming, like for earth signs, for air signs. I don't know. I think it depends on the air sign and of course what else is in your chart. Definitely earth and fire signs, I will say that, to be kind of swimming in Pisces season. Because, you just got to let go. And now I'm seeing Jack and Rose on the raft. Let me stay focused. Let go. Everybody's like, you could have just made room. Why? No, is we need to let go and float. We are trusting spirit. We are in a very divine, feminine, receptive mode. But yes, full moon in Virgo will say, there's a mindful way that you can go about your day-to-day routine, that you can complete tasks. We have to be careful. Shadow Pisces energy, we can't have a tendency to just be like, na, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And then we just float off. And it's like, child, I still got to pay bills. I can't just not work. I still, I still have commitments to. I have these people in groups. These readings need to be done. X amount of packages. I have a routine. You know what I mean? I feel like we all need a disclaimer in Pisces season that everyone just be patient. Let's be patient with each other. That's all right. Is a little bit of slowdown, I feel like, because it's like cutting the strings on a balloon and it's floating for a minute. Hold on, right? Shadow Pisces energy, though, it can be spiritual bypassing. Do you know what I mean? You can be like, I really need just some time to work on myself spiritually. But then it's like, how would you say? You're just daydreaming about, a toxic ex, or you're stuck in a dogmatic cycle of healing yourself for the sake of having something to do, but you understand that you're not really going anywhere, or spirit, your ancestors and guides, your team, or your creative muse, you with your higher self, specifically that you've got a big goal for this year and you're just, it's like an avoidance. But you know what? I'm just going to buy some more crystals, or like I'll rearrange my altar again. Or I'm just going to keep shuffling the tarot cards and hoping that I get a different message. You know what I mean? Let's not break down spiritual bypassing today. Okay, but Virgo full moon and Pisces season will get you at love and light, right? Your ancestors, your spirit team will come and get you together real quick, okay? Like, Gabriel and Archangel Michael knocking on the door talking about, listen, No, you can't put another deck in your cart. And you know damn well that you need to go over there and organize your herbs because you know you've manifested this beautiful, let me roast myself. You know you've manifested this beautiful event coming up, and it's an excellent opportunity to create. We gave you the dandelions and the nettles, and you know I told you to go out there. This is me, y'all, me and my God. You know where I showed you those tulips just have blossomed. This is my life every day, okay, right? You know you don't put them daggum acorns and them stones in your car. It's done been about 3 days. Girl, if you don't walk out there and get them, organize your shit, okay? There are things to create. And we do, you do need to move with mindfulness. There is intentionality. Yes, we need more like spiritual baths. We need to make a little space and room in Pisces season, definitely. Let's say, if no other season, if you're like, oh, girl, y'all cut me loose when Aries season comes, I'm about to just hit it and get it, hit it and get it, okay? Listen. My Mars and Aries might be like, I ain't going to break down my whole chart, but I got enough fire to tell you, girl, friend, child, I understand. But if no other season, I really feel it's important, especially because we've had Neptune in Pisces for a long minute. Saturn in Pisces. Look, in Pisces season, definitely make some time for yourself. And as much as you can, right? Move a little slower. Make time to receive messages from spirit guides, ancestors, team, your higher self, nature, however you do you, right? Make time for that because it's really important. But evaluate your day-to-day. Check in with your guides. Do your spiritual routine and maintenance. The Virgo full moon in Pisces season is definitely important for that. But y'all don't float off on your raft out there, okay? Don't just go into meditation and not come back during Pisces season. And if you're like a fire and earth sign, shout out. Why am I hearing? Just hold on, dun, 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 just hold on, we're coming home. Okay, hold on. Is tough. But it can be, I think, for people who have like a lot of predominant earth energy, for example, or big hitter placements in earth, or with fire, right? I actually have a lot of air and fire. But I was only a couple of hours from being born as a Pisces. So I get it. I vibe as a cuspy baby. The value of Pisces season. If you have practices in place for your physical body to stay grounded, be mindful of taking good care of yourself. Did I say stay grounded? Also stay grounded, right? Can be very challenging. I was just wondering, like, what else? What are some other interesting things for this full moon? Like as far as like stars and stuff, yeah, it's just definitely such an energy of like, be here now, see things for what they are. And your spirit guides and your ancestors, though, are like, if you come and be with us, we will help you in that. I don't know. Yeah, we kind of touched on Saturn and Pisces. Saturn and Pisces in Pisces season with the opposing energy of the moon, it can be feeling kind of heavy. But if we are able to, in wisdom, reframe our perspective on that, we can understand that Saturn wants to help us stay grounded. Instead of carrying it like a weight, we understand that we're just constantly being brought by this is what's in reality. Don't check out. It's okay. Be present with it. Yes, see the magic of it, but sit with it. What is the? Oh yes, this full moon, the Virgo full moon, is going to be in trining with Jupiter and Taurus, which I do love, again, in Pisces season with your kaleidoscope glasses on, because there's a lot of expansion. There's a lot of opportunity to say, if you can stay present, if you've been showing up, be right here, come into the body, don't float away. Jupiter and Taurus might actually say, hey, look at this opportunity that's coming to the table for you, right? yeah, I just feel like, Saturn is definitely still doing some removal of a lot of karmic stuff right now. And so we just don't hang on so tight. Again, I'm seeing Rose and Jack on the float. Don't hang on too tight. He's got a, what's the song? Something will all float on, all right, already. Dun, 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 dun. Will all float on is what I'm thinking of. Oh, this video is long already too, you guys. I'm not even touching on like Chiron North Node. We're kind of in this place. It kind of feels like shoot, I almost said loophole, maybe more like a portal. So we're already kind of Chiron with the North Node placement is like we're already kind of feeling triggers. Yeah, it's heavy on the adult. Hold on to it. Ground yourself back in the daily physicality in a mindful way, right? Of your daily routines. And you gotta listen. Well, you don't gotta do nothing. You got your own free will. I'm just trying to tell you. It would support you so well if you're able to really identify one or two things, in your daily routine and be like, this isn't healthy for me anymore. So let's make a plan to change it. Or this, for example, this place in my home is really unorganized. It's hindering my creativity. All right, what can we do about it? Or it's driving me insane that I keep saying that I'm going to clean out my closet, because those things carry weight energetically in your home. And if it's really nagging at you to do something like that, it could be an energetic thing too, to kind of release the ties. Maybe in the cleaning out a box, you find something and you're like, oh, and you have a moment and you process it and you're like, yeah, I definitely got to release this from my home. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or you might be like, I've been telling myself I'm going to get more consistent about my physicality and my routine since I made a commitment to myself, maybe let's say in January, and I know I haven't been showing up with that. So, okay, Virgo full moon is a great time to release what does not serve and then prepare to set a new intention that will be beautifully aligned with the coming new lunar cycle, with going closer and closer to the spring equinox. You know what I'm saying? There are energies out here to support us, to help us expand, to embrace openings to new opportunities, right? So, man, there's still so much. There really is. What was I going to look at? Was it the star sparks? Yeah. Oh man, I would love to read this to you. The Sabian symbols are so good too for this full moon degree. Virgo at 6 degrees. A merry-go-round. Oh man. A young child experiencing the merry-go-round as opposed to his mother watching him on the merry-go-round and the dizzying movement of it all. It's very fascinating. Sabian symbols, the full moon degree, Virgo at 6 degrees is a great one to read if you're interested, but I just don't want to, we're at like 47 minutes. But I love you guys. All right, go get grounded, but make space also to meet with your guides. And they'll meet you there to make sure that you're ready to continue to receive everything you need to energetically. So I love you. Appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday and enjoy your full moon this weekend. And I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, guys. Bye.